we're just going to be seeing what's coming towards you, or what is it that you need to hear at this time. I guess a little combination of both. Guides, angels, benevolent ancestors, higher self. Thank you for supporting us all through this journey. Thank you for supporting me through this journey. Please deliver us a message that gives us insight, the insight that we so desperately or sorely need at this time. I really felt like I needed to add those 2 words in there. So yeah, let's see what happens here. I'm going to shuffle the cards a little bit more. We've got our sound bath going on in the background. I'm not sure if you guys can hear it. Yeah, let's see. All right, I think we're ready. How am I shuffling this? Let's see. I want to know what the theme of this reading is, Spirit. Let's start off that way. What's the theme of this reading? What are we getting into today? Ooh, I got 2. The flame and the womb. Okay, some of y'all got dirty minds over here. Or rather, I guess if you have a dirty mind, then I think you'll know exactly where this is going. Some of you guys are a little hot under the collar. Some of you guys might be having like that bomb bedroom time, I guess I'll call it. That little bedroom pleasure time might be coming through for a lot of you. Definitely, we've got some, can I say the word horny? I don't know if I'm allowed to say that word. I'm gonna say it. I already said it though. We got some horny devils on here. Okay, so yeah, this is about your sex life. That's what we're gonna say. This is gonna be a reading about your sex life. Hello, welcome in. If you're just joining me, we're doing a collective reading right now. Let's see. What does Spirit have to tell us about your sex life? This is interesting. I was not expecting this at all. I don't know what you guys have been doing today. But yeah, we're definitely about to get a little spicy with it. Okay, so we got the riddle. We've got the threshold. The fault line and the dead end. So yeah, I think you guys have reached kind of like a conclusion, possibly in a particular connection, but it also could just be in general. Like, you've reached your threshold. You're like, I'm done with all of this confusing bullshit that so-and-so is trying to put on me or that I'm dealing with in my life. I'm done with it. I don't want to be either part of a third-party situation anymore. You see how there's like multiple hands going on in here? We even have some hands like holding each other down at the bottom. I don't want somebody keeping me in the dark. I'm done with dead ends, breakups, and all of these just like bullshit dead end relationships. I am at my wit's end. And so you're trying to separate yourself from all of that. You're trying to separate yourself from people who are trying to keep you in the dark. That's why we have the flame here. You're lighting your own candle, whether that is in literal terms, like you're lighting a candle for yourself, saying a prayer for yourself, or in terms of, what's that song? Downstairs DJ? Megan Thee Stallion, I Love Myself by Haley Stanfield. If you know, you know. And if you don't know, go look up the lyrics and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Loving yourself physically, right? I think that you are working on creating stronger boundaries here. And also, I just heard something about like getting the blood pumping. So some of you guys possibly could be taking more of an interest in your physical side just in general. This could also be health-wise, like sexual health. It could also just be little general physical health. Health of the hands and feet is also coming through. Blood vessels, arteries, cardio. Those kinds of things are coming through too. But I think also you're like noticing where people's cracks are earlier. You know, whereas before, I think that you might have either given excuses for people when they acted a certain way that was kind of out of alignment with what you were looking for, what you wanted, or who you thought that they were. And now you're kind of like noticing these cracks in their facade earlier. And you're putting a stop to your involvement a lot earlier. So yeah, congratulations to you. I think that you're over a dead end relationship. I don't think you're ready to be in, a situationship with anybody again. I think you are like, if this is anything but what's like honoring me and the most high version of me, then I don't want it. I don't want to be part of a third party. I don't want to be, you know, in something that has no future and isn't going anywhere. I want to be in something that's passionate. I want to be in something that really turns me on, really turns me on and gets the blood pumping, right? That's what I said, gets the blood pumping. So yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I'm actually being called to put these cards down. And we're gonna, I guess, go with a new deck. Which deck are we going with? We love this deck. We're getting the NYC Tarot out. I don't know why we love it. It just is, it's coming through as the one that we need to. And it's in this like such a little cute bag. I love that. If you guys ever want like a deck collection discussion or anything like that, just let me know and I'll get into it. Alrighty, let's see. Spirit, what's this message? Tell us the rest of this message. What does this collective need to know? You know, what's going on here? All right, yeah, let's go like this. Ooh. How do you want me to do this? Sorry, I'm like, there's an indecision coming through about the best way to proceed. And so I feel like that's also a message for you because it's like, yeah, okay, I've stopped doing this, but how do I move forward? How do I move forward now, right? Okay. And I guess part of the answer is just to move forward because either way that you decide to do it, you might end up at the same destination. You really never know. So we've got the Empress here. Yes, coming through with that womb energy. You see how she got like her little baby, right? This is not to say anything about babies, although some of you guys might, and I was going to say this earlier, but I didn't. Some of you guys might really be taking your relationships more seriously because you are like childbearing era and you really want to do better by your family. If you already have children or if you're looking to have children, you really want somebody who's going to stick around. I'm hearing this song called Assume the Worst by Drama, where it's like somebody I know will always be there even when I assume the worst, right? So you want somebody who you know is always going to be there for you. And you're coming to terms with realizing that you deserve that. You deserve that assuredness, that security. The Empress is so secure. She's secure in herself, of course, but she just also has everything that she could ever need. It's very much giving Rihanna energy right now because thinking about just like how she and A$AP Rocky, like they're not married or anything, but like Rihanna has everything that she could ever need and she has a partner that she loves, who loves her, who's going to be there for her, at least we suppose, right? Even when we assume the worst about men in general, right? And even if it doesn't work out with him, she will have somebody else that she knows that she can count on. You know what I mean? And she's got her family, she's got her kids, she's fulfilled her dreams. And I think that you want to fulfill your dreams in the same way, and you want a partner who you can count on. You know, even if you end up having to count on yourself, because at the end of the day, you know, we all have to count on ourselves to the highest degree, but you still also want somebody else that you can count on. We got here the Ten of Wands. Yes. You want somebody who can share your burden, who will share the load, not only when it comes to the work that you're putting in the relationship, but who's going to take the weight off of you. And again, that could go back to like the physical. If you guys are working on your physical health, maybe you want somebody who like works out with you or who is also trying to pursue a healthier lifestyle, right? It makes me think of, and like this is not coming through super strong, but it is coming through. This Is Us. There's the TV show. One of the characters, her name is Kate. She has this boyfriend, and she tells him like she's very overweight, like extremely overweight, and she meets him in, I guess it's like a Weight Watchers kind of group or something like that, and he is there because he knows he needs to lose weight, but he also just like still really loves food, whereas she's like very serious about wanting to change her lifestyle. And she tells him, I can't be in a relationship with a fat person right now, which sounds very harsh, but what she meant was that because she's trying to make changes in her life, she can't be with somebody who's going to either encourage old lifestyle habits or even just by their own behavior undermine what she's trying to do. because she already has like issues with self-control. So if the person that she's with is not actively working on losing weight or being fit or whatever, then it could have a negative effect on her mindset, and how she tries to move forward. So that show is really good. I only just started watching it. I'm still in season 1, but she really kind of drives that point home, and he agrees that he is going to take his weight loss more seriously. And so they, start losing weight together, right? So you might have like some plan or vision for your life, and you just want this person to share that with you, share that vision with you, and also share the load with you as far as the work goes towards getting there. I think you're really excited about being able to build with someone and not having to carry all of this burden yourself. Yeah, let's see. What else, Spirit? What else is there? 2 of Pentacles. You're ready for change. They're definitely changing. Change is coming in, whether that's changes that you're making. Maybe you're changing your hair color. Maybe you're changing your look. You might be, doing something different with your nails or getting a tattoo or something like that. We just got the Emperor in reverse, which is very interesting. Let's go ahead and put that there. Because now we have the Empress and we have the Emperor in reverse. And I'm hearing False God by Taylor Swift. I don't really know that song. I've only heard it a couple times, but the Emperor in reverse is somebody who is underhanded in the way that they approach things. They'll do anything that it takes to win. But that's also like the energy is coming through a little bit, but it's more that like they're being a little bit overly strategic, I think. More strategic than they need to be, when they could just be kind of like feeling it out, They could be more emotional, but they decided to be more strategic with it. I wonder why that is. Some of you guys also might be going through this change and being really, how do I want to say this? Really like overly strict. Tyrannical is actually the words that I want to use. So I don't know, being like kind of tyrannical with yourself about it as you go through this change. I don't know, like maybe some of you guys need that energy right now in yourself. I don't know if you need it in anybody else, I did have that whole thing earlier about like not knowing how to proceed, right? And with this chessboard in front of the Emperor as well, and this being in reverse, it could be like not making a move or not knowing what move to make until you've done more research, since, he's like reading the paper, right? Here in the upright, it's like he's reading the paper just, to get his news and to see what's going on in the world. But here in the reverse, it's like he's using that as a way to subvert his plan or subvert somebody else's plan, or he's like searching for very specific information in order to know how to make a move. That's the information that I'm getting right now from Spirit. There's some searching for very specific information in order to figure out what move to make. Sun here in reverse. Even if things don't seem like they're going very well right now, this is temporary. And things will work out. The sun will come out tomorrow. See? The sun will come out tomorrow, right? What is that little like meme? It's like a sound meme. It cannot always be night or whatever. I don't know what that is. It cannot always be night. I don't know. I don't know how the rest of it goes. But yeah, like even if things aren't going the best right now, change is on the horizon and things will work out, Yeah. Ooh, we got the moon here. Some things are going to be revealed soon that you don't necessarily know about. They might not be revealed in full, since we did kind of get it as like the cross. Also, this could be an eclipse because it did come out crossing the sun, right? This could be an eclipse. There might be an eclipse coming, and that might really kind of give you the additional information that you need. This is a timeless reading, but I'm filming it right now in July of 2024. I do believe there's an eclipse coming up in either September or October. And so that could be a time when you really find out like exactly what's going on. We've got a lot of like celestial energy here. You know, this is Grand Central Station depicted here, and it has, in real life, it has all of these zodiacs, constellations and zodiac signs like on the ceiling. We've got that. Then we have, you know, the sun and the moon together in this card as well. And now we've got the sun and the moon crossed here. So yeah, I'm definitely getting eclipse energy. Also, some of you guys may want to start looking into astrology if you haven't already. If you don't know astrology, you might want to start learning it because it really could help with whatever path it is that you're trying to move down. But yeah, some things are going to be revealed, but they're not going to be revealed all the way. And this is like what that Emperor energy is coming with, right? Is like, I don't think that they're looking for very specific information, or they might reveal very specific information because they're trying to control the scenario. I'm getting that very deeply. There's a level of, again, it was the idea of tyranny. Now I'm thinking about Tyrion from Game of Thrones. But like revealing information in a very specific way in order to kind of get things to go the way that you want them to go. So I would definitely say, like, whenever somebody is telling you something, it's okay to ask them if that's the whole truth, right? Is that all? Is there anything else that is relevant to the situation? I wouldn't even be like, is there anything else I need to know? Because they'll be like, no. You know, they're keeping you on a need to know basis. But be like, what else is that? Is that all? There's not, that can't be all. That can't be it. What else is going on, right? Keep pressing them. If they keep trying to tell you nothing and you know that there's something, then at least now you know that this person is trying to play you or is lying to you or whatever. I don't know who this is, this Emperor energy. For some of you guys, it could be your spouse. If you're in a marriage, if you are in a connection, it could be your partner. It could be somebody who you think is coming in to represent all of those ideals that you have. But remember, not everything that glitters is gold, right? But also, we don't necessarily always need to assume the worst. Those two things, you have to balance them, which I think is where this like sun and moon energy is coming in. Sun and Moon Tarot, we might pull that one out a little bit later. I do have it right here. But yeah, the beginning of this message talking about, you know, no longer accepting being put in third place, no longer accepting dead-end relationships or things like that. That's important, and seeing the cracks in people as they are, and you wanting something better or different for yourself. I think that there's an important lesson there. And I think also like you putting a stop to things with this dead end card, like you putting a stop to things when you realize that something's a dead end, right? So you might have somebody who you thought was a good partner, but then you kind of see that they have these cracks in them or holes in them or whatever. And so you decide to put a stop to it. And it might be sad temporarily, or it might, you know, the change might be like night and day at first, but you'll find peace eventually. And I think you'll know subconsciously what the right thing to do is. King of Wands. Yes, like this King of Wands person is coming in. After this Emperor person is out, I'm going to say, after the Emperor person is out, this King of Wands is coming in. And the Emperor in reverse, when I said like false god, Taylor Swift, I think that they're a false emperor. They're somebody who maybe wants to pretend or show up like they're an emperor, but like their actions are not benevolent. They're not conducive with that same type of energy. And this King of Wands person is really going to come in with such a better vibe. These two cards just dropped off. We have the Magician. We have the Hermit in reverse. So Aries energy is really coming through. We have both the Emperor here and the Magician. The Magician is the first card of the Major Arcana. It's giving Aries. I just had like a little release burp. So this King of Wands also is giving fire sign energy as well. So this person that is coming in could be a fire sign, but they are true to who they say they are. And if they want something to happen, they're going to use all the tools that they have to get to it, but they're going to do it in good faith. They're going to do it with positivity. You know, they don't have to use negative tactics, scare tactics, I'm hearing, in order to win, in order to do what they want to do. Interesting. I'm wondering if this has something to do with the election, the United States election, because I recently learned that both Donald Trump and Kamala Harris have like fire sign moons. And we've been talking a lot about the moon here. They both have fire sign moons. And the Empress could be like the president, right? The Empress versus the Emperor, right? So Kamala, I believe, has an Aries moon, while Donald Trump has a Sagittarius moon. And we're seeing a lot of Aries energy here. Okay. So yeah, that might be part of the message. That might be part of the message. Also, we did get the womb and we got the flame here. So that's like, you know, woman power is coming through. That could be part of it. But I think going back to kind of like the original thing, I think that this is you coming into a space of, again, recognizing what it is that you truly value, what it is that you really want in a partner or in a person. And eventually, pretty soon, possibly around the eclipse time, you're going to find somebody who really embodies those things. They don't just talk the talk, they actually walk the walk. And they're honest and they're forthcoming. And they have a lot of resources that they can use to make their dreams come true, to help you make your dreams come true. This person possibly might not have dated for a while. I don't know if that describes you or if that describes them, or maybe it describes both of you. But they definitely, like, they're coming back to society after some time away. So they could have been celibate. There could have been some celibacy in the past for one or both of you. You guys might have both been on that journey and you could kind of like bond over that. But with the Hermit here in reverse, this is all about coming back down from the mountain, coming back down from that space of isolation after having learned something, you know? And I think being in control of, again, those bodily urges that we were talking about before, you know, and using that passion, that sexual energy, especially with the wands here, using that to create something outside of yourself. And I think that you're really going to admire that in this person. And if that describes you, then this person's really going to admire that in you as well. Spirit. Anything else with this deck? All right. Let's do a couple more shuffles and see if anything else. Oh, there we go. We got the 9 of Swords in reverse. Up all night. So you guys might be having sleeping issues. You might be having bad dreams. Or you could just be feeling really lonely, especially with the Hermit here, Hermit and 9 of Swords. Like, I think that you possibly just are really lonely and you're wondering, you know, when is my person gonna get here? They're on their way, babes. Look at them. They're on the subway. They're on the subway. They're coming towards you. And this person has forever on their mind. Because I've been thinking about forever. Frank Ocean. Thinking about you. This person is definitely going to be very spiritual. They're going to be very like into, they're going to be very into their spirituality. I could see them being like more of like a plain clothes type of person. Interestingly enough, I think like we see kind of both of these characters here. So you guys might have like a similar style. Both these people here like have tattoos. They're both wearing just like a plain white t-shirt with something written on it, right? You might be a little bit more like jazzy than them. But you know, I think you guys, I accidentally put those in the wrong places. That's so funny. It feels right though, actually. So I'm going to leave that there. I think that you guys will help each other realize the divinity that you both have. And it's going to create some really big changes in your life. You're going to both be able to like juggle certain things a lot better because you have each other in your lives. And I think that's really cool. But yeah, I see that this time of you wondering, like, how long am I going to be alone? Or how long am I going to be unhappy in this situation? If you are partnered, maybe you and your partner are like going through some hard times right now. Maybe somebody's been, sleeping alone, sleeping on the couch. There could be a separation here. But that's about to change. Like, I don't see you being alone for much longer, actually, which is really exciting. Yay. Yay. Not that there's anything wrong with being alone, but I can just tell through the cards here that you've done a lot of work on yourself. You've done a lot of work on yourself, and I think that you're like, look at this. Is this the same girl? I mean, it could be. We'll never know, but I'm going to say it is. I think it's like she decided it's time for me to get back to being that bitch, right? With this Hermit card here, I'm going to go back to being that bitch. And instead of crying in my bed, I'm going to go out. And remember, there's a brand new day. There's a brand new day, a new horizon coming through. I'm going to put on my badass sunglasses. I'm going to change my hair. I'm going to go and get, here she has no tattoo. Here she has a tattoo. I'm going to change my look. And I'm going to go out into this brand new day looking like a badass and do what I want to do. So yeah, there's definitely changes coming for you. And you could be scared to make some of these changes. I can see that you might be scared to make some of these changes, but make them at your own pace. If you're getting called, I just had like a little release burp again. If you're getting, whatever, I was about to be like, I barely had anything to eat today. But I had a banana and I just woke up. So, it's still breakfast time for me. But, if you have any urges to change your look, I would say go ahead and do it. If you have any urges to change your hair, go ahead and do it. If you're thinking about getting any tattoos or anything like that, make sure you research your tattoo artist before doing that. But yeah, if you're thinking about changing your look, if you feel like it would help you as you reintegrate into the person that you want to be, the person you want to show up as in society, now that you've learned all these lessons, then yeah, why not? Why not? Why not? Take a crazy chance. Why not? Why not do a crazy dance? What are the rest of the words of that song? That's Why Not by Hilary Duff. If you lose a moment, you might lose a lot. So why not? Why not? And you know what's interesting is like when I said take your time, I was like, actually, maybe don't take your time. But I didn't want to say that part out loud. I think that there is kind of a message of like the sooner the better is coming through. Like if you have changes that you want to make to your appearance. We talked earlier also about physical appearance and stuff like that. Like when I spoke about Kate from This Is Us, like the time to start is now, why wait, right? Why not? Why wait? Those two things are coming through. Yeah, I got the lyrics right. She said, why not take a crazy chance? Why not do a crazy dance? If you lose the moment, you might lose a lot. So why not? Why not take a crazy chance? You always dress in yellow when you want to dress in gold. Instead of listening to your heart, you do just what you're told. You keep waiting where you are for what you'll never know. Let's just get into your car and go, baby, go, right? So the time is now. And I think also like this person will help spur you into action at certain points in your life. I don't know if like you'll be taking the action before you meet them, or you'll be taking the action while you're getting to know them, or after you meet them, or whatever. But definitely like there's going to be a lot of inspiration here to take chances. You'll be inspired to take chances, and you'll use the tools that you have at your disposal to make the changes that you want to make. So yes, I love this. I love it. This is good energy. Okay, let's see. What else? Is there any other decks we should use? We're going to use this little deck right here. I've got the Finding Inner Peace, Becoming the Best Version of Yourself. See? Here we go. Becoming the best version of yourself. That's definitely the energy that I'm getting right now. That's the journey that you're on. And I think that this other person, they have also been on a similar journey as well, which is like why you guys were like dressed similarly. You're showing up similarly. You have like similar outlooks and also looks. Okay. Spirit, what is the message with this deck that this collective needs to hear? Why not? Go listen to that song, Why Not by Hilary Duff, if you don't know it. And now I'm thinking about Laguna Beach, which is not, that's not the theme song. That one's Come Clean, but still. Okay, we're getting called to look at the bottom first. Bottom of the deck. And it says, I am blooming. Cute. I am full of authenticity because I bloom exactly the way I was always meant to. Sorry if the light is distracting. I have like a little color changing light on right now. But interesting, I said like the color changing, we have the rainbow up here, right? Like it's okay for you to change your colors, change your hair color, right? Some of you guys like really would benefit from getting your hair dyed or something like that. There is like a subreddit. It might just be like r/hair or something like that, you know, where people will go and ask about like, which haircut looks better on me, or like which hair color looks better on me. You might want to go and ask on there and get some people's opinions. And there are also like AI software that you can use to like change your hair color, and that might help you to make some decisions as far as that goes. So also some of you guys might benefit from like playing The Sims. If you make a sim that like looks like you, and then you maybe give it a different hair color, or you give it, you know, different attributes like tattoos or whatever, you can kind of see like what might be cute on you in real life, you know? That might work. I think it worked for me. I haven't made the changes yet, but I think it worked for me. All right, is there more on the bottom? And the number 30 coming through here. I am being called to take that. Are we taking this one as well? No, we're just going to take that one. Now we'll take this. So I'll go ahead and put this here. No, I'm being called not to put it here. Interestingly, like the flowers are coming through. So I don't know why it wants to be off screen, but it's going to be off screen for now. 27, focusing is key. I can handle setbacks and use them to grow. Focusing helps me achieve everything I desire. Yes, you see how this like beam, this light beam is coming through. Now I'm thinking of that song Ultralight Beam by Kanye West. We on an ultralight beam. We on an ultralight beam. I don't really know the rest of the lyrics. We might have to go look that one up too, but yeah. I feel like with all this Aries energy here, that's the focus that's coming through. And then also somebody like taking the weight off of your shoulders or helping you to kind of share the load allows you to focus more on fewer things, you know? And again, you could be focusing also on, you've been focusing on getting in touch with yourself with this Hermit here in the reverse. So what's important is as you go back into society, as you go back maybe onto the dating scene or just wherever it is that you're going back to, you stay strong in this level of inner peace and focus that you have worked so hard to get. And going back to these Archetypes cards where we talked about how like there are certain things that you're not willing to tolerate anymore, you've reached your threshold, you have really put up boundaries, and you've decided like dead end things are not for me. It's really important when you go back into that social space that you're looking to go, that you keep that same energy. Okay, you keep that same energy, you keep that same focus. I like that. Okay, we've got a couple more cards at least that want to come out. Ooh, the number 31. So Saturn returns could be interesting here because the number 27 is on here and now we have like 31. So that's kind of like the time of a Saturn return in terms of age. Visualizing my wildest dreams. I know the power of my thoughts, and visualizing them will lead me to live the life of my wildest dreams. So yeah, visualizing is really going to be very helpful as you go back down the mountain, as you go back out of isolation, visualizing. And that's why I talked about using maybe like AI to think about changing your look, or The Sims or something like that, as a way to help you visualize like what it is that you really want your life to look like, what you really want your wildest dreams to look like. Taylor Swift is coming through pretty strongly because she also has that song Wildest Dreams as well. We also spoke about False God. So yeah, I think that you are meant to have fun. Some of you guys might be going somewhere tropical kind of soon. Hey, look at all these tropical leaves. You might be going somewhere near the water. But like, look at this mountain in the background. right? I said you're coming down from the mountain and now you're down here by the water and on this like lush area, this lush green forest, ready to take on the world with a beautiful attitude, And I don't know how seriously to take things, you know? I'm not sure if you will be taking things as super seriously or if you'll be taking things less seriously. I think that that's part of the lesson for you to learn at this point, but the most important part of it is that you're taking yourself seriously. Whether you take other people and other things or whatever seriously, the most important thing is that you're taking yourself seriously and that you're not compromising on your vision. That's why you're visualizing your wildest dreams, because in your wildest dreams, you can have whatever you want. And this Aries or magician person, they don't have to have Aries. They could have it in their sun, moon, or rising, but they absolutely don't have to. But this magician person, they're coming through because they have such a capacity. They're also King of Wands as well. We don't want to forget that. They have such a capacity to like make things happen. I think they also have some kind of like star power as well. And that doesn't mean that they're famous necessarily, but they just like they're oozing that passion and that sexuality that you're looking for. I think you guys will be very attracted to each other. Not only energetically, but like physically, you'll be very attracted to each other. But this person is also going to encourage you with your wildest dreams. They're going to help you remember or believe that nothing is impossible. You know, you can have what you want. You can have whatever you want. TI, you can have whatever you like. Stacks on deck, Patron on ice. We can pop bottles all night, baby. You can have whatever you like, okay? I don't know. This person definitely could be giving a little bit of rock star energy, whether or not they are an actual musician. I do think that they just have that vibe of rock star kind of energy along with them. Or maybe that's what the vibe that you have. Either way, you're both very cool. Let's just put it that way. You're both very cool. If you're part of this collective, you're cool. You're a cool cat, a cool kitten. But yeah, don't limit yourself when it comes to the things that you dream of. You know, you can have your wildest dreams. So that's why it's important. And then we have number 2 here, letting go. Now is the time to let go of everything that no longer serves me. We had that earlier with this, like the riddle thing and the threshold and the dead end. You're turning your back on those things. You're turning your back on them because you don't want that in your life anymore. You're learning to let go. There's another song, Learn to Let Go by IDER. I don't know. IDER. Learn to let go, let go, let go. Learn to let go, let go, let go. Show it off, show it off, show it off. Something, something in my yellow dress. That song, I first heard it when I was watching this movie called Along for the Ride. It's on Netflix. So that movie could also be, it could carry some significance for you, or it could have a message in there. You might want to go look at it. These, like Teens by the Beach is coming up because I said earlier I talked about Laguna Beach, and that is like a reality show about some teenagers who live in Laguna Beach, California. And then now Along for the Ride is about teenagers and they live in like a beach town in North Carolina. So again, like I said, some of you guys might be going like somewhere by the water or somewhere coastal or something like that. Yeah. But visualizing will definitely help you, especially when it comes to like if you're trying to change your look or if you're trying to change your life in some way. Visualizing like the relationships that you want, visualizing the lifestyle that you want, visualizing like the person that you want to be is going to help, but especially the relationships. Relationships, that's really important. That's really important here. Yeah. Is there more from this deck that we want, Spirit? I think so, actually. We've got a lot of cards coming from this deck. Spirit, what's the message? There we go. Ooh. More water. Believing in new beginnings. I am the director of my life and understand the healing power in new beginnings. So yeah, this change that's coming through, I think that you have to believe that it's possible. And you have to believe that there are good people out there. There are good circumstances out there. There are people who you would like to be around, that you would want to be around, who are going to allow you to have that same level of focus inwardly without trying to, steal your attention or steal your self-love or whatever, right? Because like there are some people who are so empty, which is why we had that whole like the fault line here, and I talked about like holes and cracks. There are some people who are so empty that they cannot stand to see somebody else love themselves, and they're like, well, love me, right? Stop loving yourself, love me. And I think that whoever this is, whoever you meet, they're going to recognize how much work you've done on yourself. They're going to have done that same amount of work, and you guys will, or more, right? Or I doubt less. Yeah, more, same amount or more, probably more. I think that they're going to be able to guide you on this journey, and they're also not going to have these crazy demands on your time, your attention, and your energy, because they are themselves also full, and they like you being a full, whole person who takes care of themselves and prioritizes themselves, and I think that they have learned that lesson about themselves too. So yes, we love this. We love this. We love this. We love this. Okay. But yeah, believe in new beginnings. And it's okay. This is also giving very much the same energy of like the Six of Swords in the tarot. So, some of you guys might be traveling soon. Backpacking for some of you. Or just like traveling soon to new places. Possibly near the water, across the water. I'm hearing near the water. Yeah. But believe in new beginnings. And again, we have the sun, we have horizons coming through as well, right? So whatever that means to you. I also just wanted to say again, the fault line. I don't know what like horizons and fault lines have to do with each other. But yeah, they're coming through pretty strongly. Oh, wait, before I go, I just want to say like, this group has a really calming energy. Yes, like this group has a very calming energy. So keep that with you as you go through on this journey. Don't lose your cool is something that I'm hearing you say or hearing being said. Yeah. Okay. That could be like whenever I get a card in the reverse, and I guess that's why I haven't finished this reading yet. Whenever I get a card in reverse like this, I think about the card below it. And I've been thinking about the Strength card this whole time, ever since we got the Hermit, right? Because Strength is, usually it's the number 8 before this, but it could also be Justice. But I'm thinking about Strength. And the Strength card is not only about discipline, which goes here with this focus, right? And also the letting go, time to let go. But it's also about like coming into your own as a fully adult human being. Coming into a place where you really prioritize the right things. You don't just let emotions and whims take priority over your actual responsibilities of your life. Okay, so that energy is coming through. Stay calm and think about your responsibilities. Think about your commitments. Think about the things that you really want for your future, right? Visualizing your wildest dreams. And I know in your wildest dreams, like you're stable, you have love, you're in love, you've got good relationships with the people around you, with the people that you love, right? You do things during your day that really energize you, and I heard jazz you up again. Jazz you up, whatever that may be to you, right? The Sims is also coming through again because they have like an option. I only really just started playing that game again, but there's an option like when you click the piano that says like jazz up the place. So some of you guys, we did get like rock star energies, so like musicians or music could be coming through as well, but in your wildest dreams, you're thinking about the happiest, safest, most provided for version of yourself. And that Strength card is the person who gets you there. It's not this Magician, King of Wands, Aries person. If they are an Aries, again, they don't have to be an Aries, but it's not them. They help you along that journey. They partner with you on that journey. But you're the one in that strength. You're the one getting yourself there. And it does take strength to come back down from that mountain, you know, to go back into society after having taken some time for yourself, because it's like other people can be very exhausting, you know? And I do think that you've probably had some bad relationship experiences in the past. Other people can be very exhausting. And so you have to have the strength and the courage, be courageous. You have to have the strength and the courage to go back into, quote unquote, the lion's den, you know, to go back into a place where it's easy to lose your cool. And now that you've learned all these things, now you have to maintain your cool, you know? So yeah, don't let that die off. Don't let that part of you, don't let her go. Don't let him go, you know? Don't let yourself go after you've taken all this time learning these things. Don't forget, and like your focus, don't forget to focus on those responsibilities and those priorities that you have. Because having those things handled is definitely part of your wildest dreams. Whatever your wildest dreams are, I know that they also involve you having taken care of business. Taking care of business, TCB. All right, I want to take a big deep breath in. Sometimes it's okay to sit with things for a little bit longer than you think is actually necessary. That's another message that's coming through. It's okay. It's okay to do that, you know? Sit with the breath, sit with your feelings, sit with the lessons that you've had. Take the time to like really appreciate what's around you. You know, some of you guys might learn how to appreciate mornings again, or appreciate sunrises, or appreciate sunsets, right? Appreciate the energy that you have inside of you. Some of you guys really need to work on like your chakra alignment, your root chakra, your all the way up to your crown chakra. Yeah, that's a big message here as well. I love you all. I really do. Sending so much universal spirit love directly to you. I hope you can feel it. I am intending to infuse this video with the love that I have for my collective, for you, for anybody who's seeing this video. Thank you so much for being here with me. It really means the world to me and more. Don't forget to take a deep breath in. Let's do it together on 3. 1, 2, 3. And release. We might have some like yoga teachers in the room. Alrighty. I love you. And let me know down below, like, what is your wildest dreams, right? Maybe you'll find somebody in the comments who can help you. I'll see you guys in the next one. And don't forget, we are a community here, so it's okay to get to know each other, talk to each other, and learn from each other. But yeah, anything else, Spirit, that you want me to discuss? Okay, yeah, bye.